Well, hey there. I decided to try my hand at making speed paint with commentary. Sorry if the speed paint itself is a little janky because I tend to zoom in a lot when I do speed paints because the way I move around the canvas is generally I zoom out and then zoom in on the new place where I want to go. This is just generally easier for me. I draw using a laptop trackpad, so I don't know. Perhaps I'd draw differently if I actually had a tablet, but I don't, so I make do with what I have. Honestly, I think it works fine for me, but I guess it's not the best for making appealing speed paints. Anyway, so this is a project that I've actually had in the works for exactly 2 years now. I drew the sketch on August 11th, 2018, and I'm recording this right now on August 11th, 2020. Um, so I put it on the back burner for a very long time just because I was super busy with high school, but I decided to pick it back up again because I've always liked this little group shot of me with all my characters. Um, and this is something I always wanted to finish, just I never had the time. Um, so because it's kind of an old sketch, it doesn't have some of my newer characters, but and it does have some of my older characters that I hadn't drawn in a really long time, but um, it's still a lot of characters that are very near and dear to me, so it's quite nice to see it done, I guess. So right now I'm just doing the line art, I suppose. I did a really thin brush for the line art here, which is not something that I usually do. And it was kind of annoying to color actually, but it was a fun experience overall. Um, I guess I should probably go over who exactly these characters are, but maybe I can do that during the coloring process, because then I'm focusing a little more time on each character. Um, yeah, I guess lately I have been picking up a lot of my older projects that I've been forced to abandon due to time constraints from school, because right now, actually, because of coronavirus and other factors, I'm taking a gap year. I actually just graduated from high school during this coronavirus crisis, and take a gap year before going off to college, so hopefully I'll have some time in that gap year to do a lot of the projects that I always wanted to do. Um, but again, I can't make any promises. Sometimes focusing is a bit hard just because these times are weird. Anyway, I guess I was supposed to be talking about the speed paint. Uh, yeah, I guess as I said, these are a lot of the characters I've accumulated over the years, and some of them have more stories behind them than others. I guess the four in the front are the ones with the most story behind them. A lot of the other ones I just have sort of a personality that I prescribe to them, and then they don't really have a larger story. Um, they don't even all exist in the same universe, really, because the foxes in the front are relevant in my story about the foxes that I have like 14 OCs for already. And then the other ones probably mostly exist in the same world. I guess I should specify that these are all characters that are original entirely, except for the cat in the lower left corner, who is actually a Warrior Cats OC. I made when I was like 13. But she's cool, so I decided to include her anyway, even though speed paint was supposed to be for my entirely original characters. Well, I guess since I've gotten into coloring, this dragon over here. They're named Ace, and their design is based on the asexual flag colors. Because it's fun, cool, and I guess also got a little spade on their temple. Yeah, and this one over here is named Arrow, and their design is based on the Aromantic flag colors. Because I like flags and colors, I guess. And dragons, of course. Yeah, a lot of my OCs are dragons. Dragons are foxes for the most part. Yeah. I guess they both don't have that much of a story behind them. And this is Newt over here, one of my newer dragon designs. And then the dragon in the center is actually unnamed, but intentionally, so I just call him Dragon usually. And so basically this dragon is sort of a god or a forest spirit, I imagine. Not in the sense that they're like super wise or something, but sort of a more chaotic sort of creature with a large amount of power, I guess. This swamp cat thing is named Cyre, and they're like thoughtful. And this little tailless creature is called simply Creature. Another one of my unnamed OCs. It's intentionally unnamed, and another one that's basically some sort of chaotic forest spirit. Not like evil or anything, just doing their own thing with an obscene amount of power. This one's my warrior cat's OC named Featherstar. And in the center, that's my design for myself, named Iyote. And why do I name myself Iyote? It's short for coyote, really. I guess there's a longer story to that, but yeah. Anyway, I've redesigned Iyote quite a bit, but this is the design I'm happiest with, I think. Unfortunately, I couldn't show any of the silver that's on their back, but that's just the pose I chose, I guess. This wolf is named Dire, and I don't really have a very specific backstory for them other than that they were betrayed at one point, and then they're on a quest for revenge. And then this little fox thing, it's sort of a pinkish red, it's just named Kitsune. And sort of has bubble magic powers. Yeah, they don't have much personality either. Neither does this little dragon thing. This one doesn't have a name, but that wasn't intentional. It's just that I didn't come up with a name for them. This is one of my original characters that I have not used very much, but I like their design, so it's nice to see them there. They're playing with Kitsune's little bubble magic things, so that's cute, I guess. I'm not very good at these commentary things, I think. Okay, we're on to Seervin and Skey. So this is their flag. I actually redesigned their flag a couple times, so I think I'll switch the colors on that in a little bit. But yeah, Seervin and Skey are not very good, but I like them anyway. They're kind of villains. I guess in the Fox story, everyone is a bit of a villain, except for Heron. Heron's amazing. And did nothing wrong in his entire life. But yeah, Seervin and Skey both collude to gain power, but they don't like each other very much, and you could not tell that by the way they interact, because they would appear to be very close. And they do understand each other very well, but the thing is, they both know that the other one would backstab them in a heartbeat, so their relationship is extremely tense in that regard. Skey is definitely more of a schemer, while Seervin, the red fox, is more of a fighter. Very good at strength competitions. But they're both rather smart and also competent in terms of fighting skill. So yeah, basically in that story they usurp power from Jaide. But I mean, Jaide didn't deserve power either, but none of them do. Anyway, right now I'm coloring Heron. He's the only good fox in that entire story, and Heron Heron really should not be mixed up with Jaide and the others because he doesn't deserve it, and they all mistreat him. Actually, Seervin and Skey don't even know he exists, but anyway, here's Jaide, and Jaide was a former monarch, or a heir to the throne of the monarchy, but Jaide was deposed by the revolution that was led by some of the other OCs that I didn't draw on the speed paint, and then that revolution was later deposed by Seervin and Skey, who took absolute power. Anyway, Jaide had a terrible life, but it kind of made her into a bad person too. So, or a fox, I should say. I tried to do some simple shading here, but I was definitely way too lazy to try to do proper shading on every character. I already spent like 5 hours on the speed paint, so